So guys, we've been qualifying players since October, and obviously
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Okay, basketball fans, with me, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. You're watching 2K Sports, but you know that already. And our coverage tonight will be coming to you from Milwaukee, where the Bucks will be going up against the Washington Wizards.
Welcome, everyone. We're in Milwaukee, the home of the Bucks, where we'll be and nothing.
Well, guys, John Wall was the #1 overall pick in 2010, but he still thinks he's got a lot left to prove. Now, a bone spur in his knee held him back for several years. He's gotten the surgery now, and he says some people get their success early, some get theirs late. I feel like my time is just beginning. Kevin?
Certainly one to watch, David. Thanks. The Bucks building the roster around length and athleticism, Bill. That was a key reason they drafted Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, but I mean, I did that draft. He went
Bill Simmons. Why?
It looked like he was playing in the YMCA.
Why? What Celtics player is in this game that you got to slurp on for a while?
Yeah, after the lottery, you're throwing stuff against the wall. It was right around the right time to take him. I don't think they had any idea what they took. And also, he grew 3 inches after they took him.
It's amazing.
It is one of the most unbelievable draft picks in the history of the league. It really is. They drafted not just the best player in that draft at pick 15, but they drafted one of the franchise players of this decade with this flyer pick on this 6'9" dude from Greece, and was a success story even if he became an all-star. And it's gone way beyond that.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. So the Wizards 5 right now. Wall and Beal pair together at the 1 and the 2. Gallinari is out there with Favors, and it's Gortat in at the center position.
I like the commitment from Bradley Beal to take it inside and attack the defender.
And Young kicks to Antetokounmpo. Back to Young. Jordan with it. Now guarded by Gortat. And Middleton the bucket on the assist by Jordan. Middleton's got his first points of the game.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
And that's not the type of defense you want to play, right? You've got to make it more difficult than that. Layups are too easy.
Pass to Beal. And the foul called on Antetokounmpo. That is his first foul of the game.
Ref's calling it close already as he picks up a quick early foul.
Here's Favors. He dishes it to Beal. Outside, Wall. Just 5 to shoot. Over Young. The rebound by the Bucks. They went to Washington for their last meeting with the Wizards, and they came out with the win.
A huge margin of victory for them when these two teams squared off last, and they got scoring from up and down their lineup.
Yeah, I think when your bench puts up that kind of productivity, it makes your offense so much more difficult to defend. It's a key element in their last win.
Young against Wall. With 1 on the clock, and Derek Favors with the slam.
Well, that's the size of Derek Favors, allowing him to snag these boards. This guy, you've got to keep him off the offensive glass, Kevin.
Bill, your long-lost cousin Ben Simmons headlined a tremendous rookie class in 2017, and that people might think it's the best rookie season ever in the history of the league.
A lot of good players. Simmons, Mitchell, Tatum. Do we count Simmons in that class, though? I guess.
Well, since he won the Rookie of the Year, let's put him in.
All right, we'll put him in there. I think if you come out of a year of rookies and you get one guy who has a chance to be a franchise guy, that's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
We had 3. If you're doing 3 a year for 10 years, you have the most ridiculous league of all time. I think the talent ebbs and flows, and we've had stretches. Like, I think last decade, in the 2000s, especially like from about 03 to 07, 08, like, we were just short all-stars. We were just short a few guys, and you saw teams like the Nets with Jason Kidd made the finals 2 years in a row, and you saw the Ben Wallace Pistons team actually win the title.
With no superstar.
Right. And you saw, in 06, the Pistons Remember, they were on pace to win 70 games, they had 4 All-Stars. The league just wasn't that good, and now it's flipped, and it's so loaded. I think from a talent standpoint, as good as any year since 1993.
Wow, that's a big statement.
Yeah, which 25 years ago, we're just loaded with guys who could be Hall of Famers someday, or, you know, 8-time All-Stars, things like that. So now you look at this 17 class, and Simmons, Mitchell, Tatum, just right there, that's awesome. I still believe in Lonzo, and I still believe in De'Aaron Fox. I think those guys can be All-Stars too.
Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Middleton can't get it to go. Wizards trail by 4. Gallinari outside. Dishes it to Favors. Poked away. Stolen by Middleton. Wade outside. Gortat with the defensive effort.
Boy, the defense collapsing and throwing him off balance on his way to the cup.
Favors, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Well, wonderful execution from Derek Favors. This guy's a bull, and it's really hard to deal with the strength that he brings.
Middleton finds Parker. Lets a floater go, and he lays it up and in. Bill, you've watched the NBA evolve. Talk about some of the biggest changes over the last decade you've seen.
The three-point line and the threes or foul shots philosophy, I think, is the biggest thing. Just the pace of the game has really improved, and to a really pleasing way for fans. Like just what Steve Nash was doing last decade in those Suns teams, that everybody's playing that way now. Right. I think the social media and the players basically getting rid of the wall between them and the fans, using social media, using Instagram, and we just feel like we know these guys better. And their ability to control their own message now versus where they were 10 years ago, it all started with the decision in LeBron James, and it's carried through this whole decade. And these guys now, they can get whatever message out they want. They can criticize the president. They can criticize their own team. They can ask for a trade. If they get called out by some writer or somebody who writes a hit piece, they can go back at the guy and sick all their fans on the writer.
And so Young will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. They lead by 4. Middleton outside. A baseline J. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. Going back to our topic from a moment ago, Bill, you mentioned the interaction between players and social media and how that's become a new facet, a skill we're seeing daily from players.
There's just way more accountability now. And I'm really impressed by how polished the guys are that come in the league now. And I think the LeBron generation, LeBron, Wade, Chris Bosh, some of those guys from the last generation that came up and became vets and really knew how, Paul Pierce, who knew how to handle their business. And now these new guys are 19, 20 years old and they act like they're 30. I'm sure you see it at the games.
Shocking.
Whereas in the 90s, it was a free-for-all. You had these guys who, if you gave them a live mic, you were terrified. And now these guys are 19 years old giving, like, you know, long interviews to reporters. It's how are you doing this?
Tatum in particular is very
Tatum's
impressive.
already
Tatum.
good at being a bad interview. Like,
Let's talk about Tatum.
He knows how to dodge any question. It's like, you're 19. How do you know how to do this?
Unbelievable.
It's like, you're 19, but I'm so attracted to you. It's almost illegal.
He kicks to Gortat. Tries from 16. A putback. DeAndre Jordan grabs the miss.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Parker's shot is off.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Well, he gets the separation he needs. You can't say the same for his aim, though.
Bill, you've done quite a few player interviews over your life, and I'm sure there are some guys that have surprised you with what they've got to say.
Yeah. I think we're in a really cool generation with basketball players where they're these really thoughtful guys who aren't afraid to share stuff. You know, some of the guys try to protect their images and kind of their manufactured reputations, I would say, to some degree. But for the most part, the candidness of some of these guys, you can't hide on a podcast. If I have you for an hour, you're not going to be able to dodge stuff. You're going to have to talk.
You challenge people, that's the beauty of the podcast.
Well, and I don't have notes, so I do it. I'm looking at you, you're looking at me, and we're going. And you got to be ready.
That's how Larry King used to do it. Yeah.
So some guys are ready. Like Durant was great. Durant was ready to talk. We did 5 podcasts, and everything's on the table with him. But my favorites are, somebody like Kyrie came in, really smart, kind of sort of ready to go, but not totally, but then got into it. And those are usually the best ones.
Ojale kicks the tee. Shot clock at 6. Rebound, Milwaukee.
Boy, terrific defense to impact the shot, not giving him any space at all.
Knocked loose. Pass to right. Here is Cook. Satoransky covering. Back to right. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. And it's Cook missing. Wizards trail by 5. Inside. Ojale passes to Satoransky. Outside Teague. The shot's good on the assist by Satoransky. Teague's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Here is Cook. Teague covering. And Parker, here we go. And the dunk by Parker.
And guys, that's one of the more basic plays in anybody's playbook, but not to mention also truly one of the best.
And Greg, the pick frees him up, and the dunk caps it off.
Yeah, run your offense with that kind of precision. Not much anyone can do to stop it.
Teague for 3. Rebound by Ilyasova.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Wizards trail by 4. Height outside. And you look at the talent level, Bill, for the Bucks, very high. Some people felt they underachieved last season. What do you think?
Well, they had some coaching issues, and by issues, I mean they barely had a coach. And this year they have addressed that and tried to get a more competent coach. But, I think when you fire a coach midseason, then you bring in a new point guard midseason, you have a young player who's not quite ready to be a super-duper star yet. It was predictably rocky. I thought they should have beaten the Celtics in the first round. They just kind of weren't ready to do it yet, and they got out-coached.
Great analysis. Here's Trier. He's covered by Aminu. Good on the bucket.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Teague finds Davis. Outside Teague. 1:29 left in the first quarter. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. Let's get some information from the 2K leaderboard. In about the last 10 games in the NBA, during that span, these teams have the most second chance points in the league. The Bucks second.
Really something to see. Their effort on the offensive glass has just led to so many second chance opportunities.
2 shots. The first free throw is good.
Well, Jeff Teague is a very capable scorer from the lead guard position. He plays with a high motor. He can make shots. This guy is very good at the point.
Milwaukee making a switcher. Measury's checked in, and a switcher also for Washington. Eustace comes in for Davis. Here's Trier. Here's Measury. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Yeah, they got that one, but early on, it's really been a struggle for them to secure that defensive backboard.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. And it's Teague with the ball. He brings it up for Washington. It's a 5-point game.
Well, Jeff Teague knows how to get by and find teammates. That's pretty right there.
Milwaukee has gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Pass to Trier. From 12 feet out. Uses the glass to drop it in. Trier. There's 49 seconds left in the first quarter. Teague with the ball. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Atlanta. To the wing right side. And Washington again with the bucket. 32 seconds left in the first. Here is Cook. Teague covering. And it's Cook missing. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. Bucks leading by 3. Back to Ilyasova. To the wing on the left. Here's Trier. And he uses the glass on the layup. Trier's got 6.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. Milwaukee on top, leading by 5. And we'll get going after this from Milwaukee. Free throws have been a struggle for DeAndre Jordan. He was asked if he'd ever consider shooting them underhanded like some have done in the past.
I haven't. I've never tried it. I've never secretly tried it in practice or anything like that.
You know, he's made some progress with his unusual method, though.
Yeah, him, Drummond, Capella, a lot of the guys who are getting the hack-a-shack treatment have made great strides.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And look what we've seen from Milwaukee. What do you think, guys?
I mean, an interesting first quarter. The pressure D seems to be causing a lot of turnover.
Feels like they're getting a lot of deflections, hands-on basketballs resulting into steals. This has been pretty to watch.
Trier out there with Wright. Then there's Measuring. And then there's Antetokounmpo. And it's Ilyasova in a power forward. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, the league has unveiled a 5-point plan to improve player-referee relations. Things became heated last season with a lot of star players ejected for arguing with officials. The emphasis on respect and clear standards of conduct on both sides can only help. Kevin?
Very good point, David. Completely agree. Thanks. Teague can't hit.
Boy, I'll tell you, still looking for that first 3 of the second quarter. He had one to open this game in the first.
Antetokounmpo's physical gifts. On a dunk last season, he literally jumped over the 6'6" Tim Hardaway Jr. You remember the play?
Yeah, I think he's going to dunk from behind the foul line during a game.
He might.
Mainly because it's so easy for him, because it's like 2 steps and he can do it. But the last guy I remember being able to do what Giannis does was younger LeBron, where LeBron was such a sick athlete, like in that 2008, 2009 range, that he almost shrunk the court. And he would get a steal at half court, and then in 2 steps he was at the rim, and you would go, wow, how did that happen? And Giannis is like that. I think Anthony Davis is a little bit like that too, where it's just the geometry of the court seems screwed up when they're out there.
That's called battling your way for the second chance opportunity. Gortat is a real handful.
Antetokounmpo against Evans. And Antetokounmpo gets it to go. Antetokounmpo's got the lead up to 9 now for Milwaukee. For Washington, they've gotten only 1 of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. Teague kicks to Aminu. That's good, and so Teague with the assist. Teague's got 3 assists now in this one.
Well, listen, there's no one around him, and he says thank you very much. Wide open look at three, as easy as that.
And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Not a problem. First turnover of the game, but overall, I like how they're taking care of the basketball.
A different look for Milwaukee. Chris Middleton's checked in for Ilyasova. Wade comes in for ABC. Young is subbed in for DeLon Wright. Alinari, he's checked in for Washington. Beal comes in for Jeff Teague. Shots good from Young. Young's got his first 2 points of the night.
Yeah, getting theirs before the defense can set up.
Boy, just a step quicker than the defense, really. Catching them off guard and capitalizing well.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over.
Yeah, he's got to make some adjustments here. Just too easy to score in the lane against them right now.
But, Greg, no resistance, right? They're allowing them to get any kind of shot they want close. That simply can't happen.
Wizards trail by 8. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Outside, Beal. No good with the triple. And here's Young. He'll bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. They can look forward to the American Airlines Center after this game. They'll match up against Dallas. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Always a spirited debate, Bill, around the NBA. Which team was the best ever? I know you have an opinion on a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, I used to feel really strongly about my opinion on this, but I think basketball has changed so much over this decade that I'm not even positive how you could compare what this Warriors team is versus what I always thought the 86 Celtics were the best team. But the 86 Celtics were built, I always compared it to a hockey team on a power play. We're just trying to get closer and closer to the net and crowd the net. And they were just built around getting layups and the best possible shots. The Warriors are built around math and shooting threes and spacing the floor. And if you took the 86 Celtics and indoctrinated them in that style for 5 years, they all would have been shooting threes, and they probably would have done it better than the Warriors, but I don't know. So I almost have like the before-after with theirs. I think the Warriors are the best team of the math era, but I still think the 86 Celtics were the best start-to-finish season anyone's had. The dark horse for me was the 01 Lakers, the second Lakers team. When Shaq and Kobe, they had won the year before, rocky first few months, and then they figured out whatever they needed to figure out, and Phil Jackson probably sprinkled some Zen fairy dust on them or whatever he did, and they just ripped through the league. And they came very close to going undefeated in the playoffs. So that would be my dark horse.
Both free throws good from Antetokounmpo. Picking back up, Bill, on our discussion of the greatest teams from different eras. What about those Chicago teams with Jordan in the 90s?
You know, the best one was probably the 92 team. But I really do think the league got a little diluted there in the 90s because of expansion. I don't think there was, like, the quote-unquote best Bulls team. I think Jordan was so great, he made it look probably a little easier than it was. But, you know, there's teams, they never really went against a great center other than 95 and 96 against Shaq. And, you know, the NBA pretends this never happened, but the Magic beat them when Michael came back from baseball, and Shaq and Horace Grant destroyed them. They were just too big for them. So, you know, for me, I still think that Shaq-Kobe 01 team was really great. Like, those guys were averaging 30 points a game each that year. And were just unstoppable. All the role players were really good. They had Big Shot Rob on that team, and Fisher, and Brian Shaw, Rick Fox. Like, that was a really good team. But I still think the 86 Celtics, having 4 Hall of Famers in the front court, DJ, Danny Ainge, the home court advantage, Bird at his peak of his powers, like, I would still say them.
The first one falls.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Both free throws good from Wade. Bill Commissioner Adam Silver believes the 2K Esports League will have the staying power of the NBA, the WNBA, the G League. A pretty powerful comment to make.
And I hope he's right, because I want to be the lead color guy. I want us to be the team. Why can't it be us, Kevin Harlan?
Are you kidding me?
Let's do that. Cut me the check. As
Sign
Rasheed
me
Wallace
up.
would say, CTC. Cut the check.
Bill Simmons is here.
I'm ready.
Here's Wall, and good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Wall's got his first points in this one. Milwaukee leading by 14. Young taking his time here. Gortat with the block.
Well, providing stout rim protection, Gortat is a two-way player.
And Beal kicks to Wall. Six to shoot. He feeds it to Gortat. And it's blocked by Jordan.
No suit, Marcy.
And really, that's the brilliance of Jordan. Just denying those shots there with tremendous power.
Boy, just enough defensive attention to throw that shot off target.
And Gallinari kicks the Wall. Here's Beal. The shot will not fall. Now the Bucks take it the other way. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
And sometimes in that hostile environment, it is hard to stay true to who you are. But give them credit, they did, especially on offense.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, a testament to how level-headed this group is. Nice job executing on the offensive end of the floor.
Here's a look now what's coming up for the Milwaukee Bucks. On Friday, they head out on the road and face the Mavericks in Dallas. Then on Saturday, they'll take on Marc Gasol and the Orlando Magic.
You know, most teams might get worried at a long road schedule like this one, but they've been so good away from home. I think they might be looking forward to it. You have to respect what this team can do when they're in your building.
Goes up the baseline, kept alive. Gallinari passes to Gortat. The shot, no good.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Here's Middleton, and he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
Okay.
You can see the evolution of Giannis
Don't
as a
know.
passer. He's gotten
Now
good
you know.
at thinking for himself and his teammates.
Washington calls timeout.
And his guys are getting frustrated. Coach just really kind of needs to calm them down.
I think, Greg, they've got to continue to believe that the next shot is going to go in. He can hopefully communicate that effectively to them.
Cook, he's checked in for Dwayne Wade. Saransky's checked in for Washington. Young against Wall. And Satoransky kicks to Wall. He's off from 17 feet.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take. And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Wizards trailed by 19. Looking to get back on track here, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Yeah, sometimes that's the best you can hope for with Wall inside. Send him to the charity stripe.
And he's got his first free throw of the game. And so John Wall nails both of them. Bucks leading by 17. Here's Young. A 17-point game for him in the win against the Nets in Brooklyn. Here's Middleton, and it's another Milwaukee shot right there going in.
And they're just dominating on both ends, and it's reflected now in the score.
Oh, absolutely, Greg. They're absolutely rolling in sync totally on both the offensive and defensive ends.
There's Beal with the three. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got his 8th rebound here tonight. And there's the feed to Young. Wall with a block.
Twice on the pipes, the anticipation, the athleticism. Terrific job by Wall rejecting that attempt.
From deep. The rebound by the Bucks. Antetokounmpo's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
I'll tell you, if he keeps missing shots, it's going to be a tough night to try to trim this lead.
And any lob to Jordan is about as sure thing as you can get. So athletic for a big with tremendous hands, and big fella knows how to get in prime position for those alley-oop feeds.
Wall against Young. Now here's Wall. He's guarded closely. And the second chance effort by Gortat.
Get back in there, Gortat, making sure that one went home.
It's Young on the wing. Now the pass to Jordan. Kicks it down to Middleton. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
And that's such solid, fundamental basketball on display right there, guys.
You talk about it all the time, Greg. Yeah, great use of the pick to set up the dunk.
You know, that's why we say move without the basketball. You'll be rewarded.
Passes it to Wall. Wall with another miss.
He's trying to make something happen, but obviously been a tough quarter.
Here's Middleton. Here's Cook. And the three off target.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Satoransky up top, defended by Middleton. Wall against Young. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan.
Boy, the speed just makes it so tough to contain John Wall without fouling. Boy, showing a lot more aggressiveness now after making 0 trips to the line in the first quarter.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Ilyasova, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Jabari Parker comes in for Chris Middleton. And it's Wright in for Young. Then for the Wizards, Ojale is checked in for Gortat. Aminu comes in for Beal, and it's Teagan for Satoransky. Hits the three-point bomb. Ilyasova's got his first 3 points of the game.
And that's what you give up when you don't fight over the screen.
Right, the effort could have been so much better. You've got to be willing to fight through that screen. There's no question about it.
Wall passes to Ojale. Nice ball movement by Washington. Just 4 to shoot. Favors, true on the 14-footer. Favors has got his third basket of the night right there.
Well, Derek Favors has developed terrific form, and it's nice to see him continue to develop this mid-range.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Cook. Back to Antetokounmpo. Pass to Ilyasova. Aminu grabs the miss. Always full of terrific insights. Bill Simmons, thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you. My insights, thank you as well.
Doris, always a spirited discussion when Bill's involved. Not afraid to share his personal views.
Yes, Kevin, he has broken the internet once or twice. This guy is no stranger to controversy. But I will say this, he is passionate about the NBA.
The shot by Antetokounmpo, nobody around. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker.
Well, I'll tell you, he's been a go-to guy for them as they've taken this lead, and he keeps coming.
T kicks to Aminu. Parker against T. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
How about that determination from Jeff Teague? I'll tell you what, lean frame doesn't mean he's not capable of bringing the physicality.
For Washington, they have shot 5 of 6 at the foul line tonight.
And their success rate on the season, right around 77%.
Trier, he's checked in for Milwaukee.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Antetokounmpo against Aminu. Down it goes. Nice one there from Antetokounmpo.
Ooh, with a player this hot, I don't see their lead going anywhere.
Outside, Wall. Right side, Teague. Launches it. And it's Wright sending it back. And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks. Welcome back. This is Ernie Johnson. A tremendous game we're seeing from Giannis Antetokounmpo. He had 21 points, 2 assists, and 1 steal. The first 2 quarters tonight looked a lot like what we saw from him in his last game. Kenny, your thoughts on the Bucks' first half?
They've done a lot of things well, but the way...
And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half. About to get underway.
Welcome back to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. The buildings of downtown reflecting off the gentle waters of beautiful Lake Michigan. Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback. Though is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You look at Antetokounmpo in this one, he's been everywhere.
His points production thus far off the charts. It's only been 2 quarters, just a great effort for him for the entire half.
I don't think you could ask for anything more from this guy. He has been fantastic to start this one.
Second half is underway, and here's who Scott Brooks has got on the floor. All at point with Beal to his side. They're the deadly backcourt pair. Gortat is out there with Favors, and it's Gallinari in at the small forward position.
And Bradley Beal earning that first All-Star nod in 2018, a top 20 scorer. He can hurt you from just about anywhere on the court.
I really believe this is one of the top up-and-coming 2 guards in the NBA, Bradley Beal.
And that's good for Antetokounmpo on the assist by Jordan. 23 points for Giannis Antetokounmpo. And Beal just turned 25. Have we seen his best, or do you think he can take his game to even another level?
I think the key is going to be him staying healthy. Injuries have kind of plagued him early in his career. With health, he'll be able to refine his game and fortify his defense and expand that offensive repertoire.
Bucks leading by 23. It's stolen by Wall. Young with the steal. And now here comes Young leading the break. That shot off. Nice D from Wall. Washington shooting just 33%, struggling to get good looks. It's Beal on the wing. And the foul on Dwayne Wade. That's his first foul. Here's Beal. 7 points in the game.
Well, this guy's not just a beast on the offensive end. I know Dwayne Wade's a little bit older, but boy, he can shut you down.
Chalk up 2 there. Antetokounmpo's got 25 points.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Wall finds Favors. And that comes off the assist by John Wall.
Well, you love to see Derek Favors get these high-quality looks on the interior. How incredibly patient is this guy down on the block?
Bounce pass Young. Here's Middleton. Some solid defense from Gallinari. The Wizards have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Now here's Wall. He has 5. Kicks it to Gortat. Looking for Wall. He gets it there. And that one drops for him. Wall's got 7 points in the game.
Nothing to be done on the defensive end. John Wall is just that good.
It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. Over Favors. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Antetokounmpo.
And let's see the stat sheet here on Bradley Beal. Some impressive play from him over the last month. He's putting up about 20 points per game, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. And for any other player putting up those numbers, we'd say they were great, but for him, they're just simply run-of-the-mill.
Agreed. A lot of guys in this league would be very happy with that stat line, but this guy is the real deal. He is built for more.
And clearly, Scott Brooks wants to take a timeout and talk it over. In the past, it has been suggested, Doris, that up-tempo teams couldn't maintain that style and then go on to win the playoffs. Is that an outdated theory and thought process?
Well, I think it has always contingent on the team, Kevin. You think back to the Lakers Showtime era, when the reality is those were up-tempo, Showtime-type teams, right? They could sustain it. But I think the fact of the matter is the teams that sustain success are the ones that can play in virtually any style. Can they play up-tempo if you allow them? Certainly. But when the game slows, particularly in the playoffs and the postseason, can you execute in the half court? Because you've got to be able to play both ways, I think, to win in the modern NBA.
A chance here to check out some stats on Giannis Antetokounmpo. This last month, he's been positively spectacular. 9th in scoring, 13th in steals, and he's in the top 20 in assists per game. His talent for creating easy buckets for his teammates is such an asset.
And you noted it. His points per game average is unreal right now. He's literally propping up the team's offense, scoring whenever they need him to. Down low, here's Wing. Great D that time from Beal. Wizards trail by 21. Wall looking for an opening. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. It's going to be on Trae Young.
Well, the athleticism and ferocity with which John Wall plays the point guard position. And you add that to the frame he brings to the table, and look out.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
And that one falls for John Wall.
Guys, think about the first time John Wall registered his first triple-double. Only 4 players in NBA history had registered it in fewer games than he did. Think about these names: Oscar Robertson, Connie Hawkins, Magic Johnson, and Hambone Williams. Incredible.
And so he makes both from the line. And when you look at Wall, the speed, the length, the skill, Doris, this is a guy who can carry your team.
And we talk a lot about his physical attributes and how those translate to success. The blinding speed. It's the instincts to me and the competitive streak, though, guys, that makes John Wall very special.
The dish to Beal. Gallinari against Middleton. 5 to shoot. Here's Beal. Takes the 12-footer and hits. Beal's got 9 points.
Well, this is what you want, right? Bradley Beal coming off the screen with purpose.
Good. And the Bucks lead by 21.
Well, you can see he's feeling it right now. Shots dropping from all over the place this quarter.
And Wall kicks to Gallinari. And Trae Young gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him.
It's still early in the period, and they're only 1 foul away from being over the limit.
And the Bucks making a change here. Mejri's checked in, and a switcher also for Washington. Satoransky's checked in. Stolen by Middleton. Fast break, Milwaukee. Here's Antetokounmpo, and Antetokounmpo slams it in.
And that's the advantage of having a lead guard who can both pass and shoot. Young draws attention and takes advantage of a poor rotation defensively.
Wall against Young. Goes up to the stripe. Wall, good. Wall's got 6 in the quarter.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
And here's Young. He'll bring it up for Milwaukee. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Wade on the wing. Young outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock.
His shot's off, but they're still winning. So hats off to his teammates for picking up the slack.
To the paint. Here's Gallinari. And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
Just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block.
Milwaukee leading by 19 points. Now Young. He's been a factor in their offense on most nights with his scoring average at nearly 16 points a game. Here's Wade, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. There are so many great open floor players in this game. Who would be the scariest player coming at you on the fast break?
Kevin, I can't limit this to just one. Are you kidding me? How would you like to have LeBron James bearing down on you at 6'8", 250-plus pounds? Or the length of Giannis Antetokounmpo, who can cover from one end of the floor in the other in 4 or 5 strides? How about if Russell Westbrook's meeting me at the cup and he can dunk on my head? Or the young, talented Donovan Mitchell? I don't want any part of any one of those guys.
What great names, and you're right. Runaway freight trains, each of them. And Washington making a change here. Teague's checked in. So he gets them both.
Well, when Dwayne Wade is able to stay healthy, he has proven he's still very effective. This guy is smart, he's decisive, and he can play at a high level.
Teague dishes to Beal. Back to Teague. The Wizards need to get a shot off here. Gortat, and the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Now that we have a moment, let's see who have been the top assist teams in the league this season. In fourth, the Bucks.
And a team that shares the ball will create opportunities for the right player to score.
Bucks leading by 21. And here's Young. Kicks it down to Middleton. Pass to Mejri. Another shot. Gortat with the block. Gallinari outside. Here's Beal. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. Beal's got 11 points.
I tell you, that's physical defense. Bradley Beal being aggressive, maintains his focus, finishes through contact. Exactly what you want from this guy.
And the Bucks miss again.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Here's Gortat, and that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. Teague's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Milwaukee has gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Middleton against Beal. They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
The Bucks have shot 10 of 13 from the free throw line.
And as a unit, they're shooting 78% from the line. That's a solid number to work with on the season.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Antetokounmpo. Parker comes in for Chris Middleton. Trier, he's checked in for Dwayne Wade. And it's Wright in for Young.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
Well, if he wasn't there, that shot's going in. Love the effort on the defensive end.
Trier passes to Mejri. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Parker against Aminu. Parker kicks to Wright. The three. The shot, no good. And it's Washington the other way. Here's Satoransky. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Satoransky's got his 2nd bucket of the game to go. Teague against Wright. The pass to Mejri. And here is Ilyasova. Cracks in the tray. Ilyasova's got his second basket of the night.
Oh, nice screen. Really a poor defensive reaction and the obvious result.
You simply can't give him that. You have to fight through the screen and at least get a hand in the face of the shooter.
And stolen by Wright. The 15-footer tried to bank it in, but he misses.
Well, can't find the target, but good work to get into open space inside the arc.
That free throw, no good. Probably no surprise, Doris. Fans would rather watch shots being hit from the field over free throws. So should the league do anything to perhaps cut down on trips to the free throw line?
You know what, Kevin? I don't know that I necessarily think there need to be fewer trips to the charity stripe. I don't like the hack-up player strategy, and I think that we've taken a good first step toward correcting that particular issue. But right now, I like the way the game is played in terms of officiating. My only objection to the way the game is officiated is take away those intentional fouls that are prohibiting fast break basketball.
He kicks it to Cook. He dishes it to Ilyasova. Just 5 on the clock. Rebound, Washington. Here's Ojale over Parker. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. Here is Cook. Gortat covering. Right, looking around. Here's the three. Gortat with the rebound. Gortat's got rebound number 17, if you can believe that. Here's Aminu. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. And so it's Wright bringing up the ball for the Bucks. And it's Cook missing. Wizards trail by 20. Here's Satoransky. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Yeah, how about that one? Able to maintain control and finish the play.
And I'll tell you what, Doris, Thomas Satoransky, he's got some game.
He certainly does, Kevin. We're talking about a point guard with excellent size and vision. He's an efficient shooter with some big-time range. And Satoransky will be a little bit more assertive the more confident he gets. This guy is on his way up.
Cook kicks to Ilyasova. Back to Cook. Over Teague. Washington with the rebound. Gortat's got rebound number 19 now. Incredible board work. Aminu with the bucket.
And they're showing much more focus here in the second half. More effort as well. And their offense starting to show signs of life.
Cook, the pass to Trier. Back to Cook. And stolen by Favors. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession.
Looking now at the numbers for Wright. How's the last month of basketball been for him? He's averaging 7 points a game, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. And those numbers solid, not spectacular, and sometimes what you see is what you get.
There's no doubt. This is a guy who understands his role, knows he's got to give you quality minutes, and that's what they expect from him.
Here's Cook. And yes, it's good. And the Bucks lead by 17.
I love this approach. Despite the lead, still attacking, adding fuel to the fire.
They are absolutely relentless right now, Greg. There's no end in sight. They are going for it.
Here's Teague. Goes back up. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Well, that's just great body control from Teague on display. He's so good at anticipating the contact and going up into it.
Jordan, he's checked in for DeLon Wright. And a switcher also for Washington. Gallinari's checked in. Milwaukee leading by 15. Cook kicks to Jordan. There's 47 seconds left in the third quarter. Parker outside. 5 on the clock. Gets an open look and hits. Parker's got 8 points.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
I'll tell you, you got to admire the energy. This guy really wants to put this one away.
Teague finds Favors. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That's his second personal foul. And he can't get the first one. John Wall's checked in for Washington. And he's good on the second. Bucks leading by 16. Cook looking it over. Parker right side. And the quarter ends with some stifling defense right there. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this.
Hey, we got a lot of good looks. We're good. Keep getting stuff. Everybody rebound.
Mike Budenholzer's offense creating opportunities. Then at the other end, wants his guys, obviously, to stay focused on defense.
And that's when they're at their best. I mean, when they finish possessions defensively, rebound, and get the ball back.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Parker and Ilyasova, the duo at forward. Trier out there with Cook. And it's Jordan in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. Here's Wall. Finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out. Wall's got the 4th quarter going with the first basket of the period here for Washington. Bucks leading by 14. Cook kicks to Parker. It's stolen by Aminu. Outside, Wall. Here's Trier. Connects from 3-point range. And the Bucks lead by 17.
And piling on to that big lead, we know he has the range late on the defensive reaction.
You always got to D up on the perimeter. When you don't, this is what happens.
And so it's Parker with it. He'll bring it up for the Bucks. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead. About a minute and a half into the 4th quarter now. Teague inside the line gets a very good look and converts.
And they've really gotten on track here in the second half. After that shaky start, the field goal percentage steadily climbing. They couldn't make anything in that first break.
Timeout called, the Bucks. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Giannis Antetokounmpo's checked in for Ilyasova. Chris Middleton comes in for Parker.
Got him.
Dwayne Wade's checked in for ABC. Young is subbed in for Quinn Cook. Beal's checked in for Washington. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Mike Budenholzer had some words for his team during the break. Even though they're ahead, he said, hey, this lead isn't big enough, not by a long shot. I don't want to sit back and play this one out. I still need some aggression. Guys, back to you.
And as they're trailing in this game, they're trying to stay in it with the triple. They're shooting a lot more of them than they did in the first half.
Young passes it away. Sinks that one from the post.
That is textbook defense. Couldn't do it any better. Dwayne Wade's just that good, Kev.
It's Beal on the wing. Passes it to Favors. Back to Beal. That's in for his 5th field goal of the game. Makes him 5 for 12 so far.
Bradley Beal is rolling.
Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Wade kicks to Antetokounmpo. In the corner, Middleton with it. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Antetokounmpo's got 3 assists now in this one. Wizards trail by 17. Wall dishes to Beal. Gallinari outside. Outside, Wall. To the paint. Looking for Favors. He gets it there.
Outstanding entry pass there. He knew exactly where to go with the ball.
We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Wade finds Antetokounmpo. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Young outside. Clock at 6. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, it's just never easy trying to guard Young without fouling. He is great at finding ways to create these calls.
At the line for 2.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls.
And the comparisons to Steph Curry, it's understandable. Young's shooting ability is off the charts.
And so Young nails them both. All with it. Pass to Aminu. This is it to Beal. Offline with his 3.
He's cold from deep. 0 threes in the second half after hitting just 1 in the first. Well, this guy's trying to close this game out in style. He's not going to stop attacking until he's sure this win is in the books.
And Wall kicks to Beal. Sweet little floater. Beal's got 10 points in just the second half.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Young passes to Antetokounmpo. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
And how about the initiative there from Antetokounmpo? Excellent at seeing lanes to the basket and then just taking advantage.
And Wall kicks to Beal. Shot clock at 5. Here's Favors. That one doesn't go. Great tee that time for Middleton. Antetokounmpo with the ball. Now Beal defending. Middleton can't get it to go.
Well, I think the defense took that possession off. I'm pretty sure he won't miss next time.
Gallinari against Middleton. Wall dishes to Beal. Over Young. Antetokounmpo pulls it in.
Well, it's not the defense that caused that miss. That one's all on him.
That 3 off the mark.
Boy, he has been cold for a while now.
Yeah, starting to look like it's taking its toll mentally. He doesn't look like himself.
The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Well, he continues to be a dangerous scorer for them, but he can't do it all by himself. Someone else has got to help them climb out of this hole.
Here's Middleton. The kick out to Young. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton.
You have to guard Young tight. You got to know he's thinking of shooting as soon as the ball hits his hands.
Outside, Beal. When it comes to building confidence, Doris, some people say playing one-on-ones in practice is a huge help. Is that something that you did when you were playing at Providence?
Kevin, I believe this could be the single greatest development tool for any individual player. If you start at the free throw line and play one-on-one against a player who's maybe slightly above your level or certainly at your level, and you limit that one-on-one from the free throw line to 2 dribbles or less, your skill set, I promise you, is going to develop. The other thing I would encourage young players to do is play 3-on-3, because it forces you to move and to cut and to screen and how to do those things properly if you're going to be effective. I love 1-on-1, 2-on-2, 3-on-3. It always helps you when you go back to the 5-on-5.
Such great advice. Jordan finds Wade. Sinks the three-pointer. Wade's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, this guy has turned himself into a solid three-point threat. Dwayne Wade, early in his career, put a ton of time in to make sure he could make shots from out there.
And Wall, here we go now, and he lays it straight in. Wall's got 10 points here in the second half.
A physical basketball there, and in the best sense. A hard screen allows him to shake the defender and get to the bucket for the layup.
Jordan, the pass to Young.
No doubt it's been a rough game for him. I don't think he's going to lose any sleep over it as long as they hang on to the lead the rest of the way.
And stolen by Jordan. Here's Antetokounmpo, and the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came upright with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Fantastic anticipation. Then he shows major explosiveness converting at the other end.
Wall's shot is off. Milwaukee leading by 19 points. And it's Wade penetrating. Rebound, Washington. Gallinari's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
Well, obviously it's been an off night for him offensively, but give his teammates credit. They bailed him out. He's still got time to turn it around.
The slam dunk by Aminu.
Listen, Beal could have taken that shot, but the court vision's so good that he sees a chance to get his guy a better look.
And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Havoc.
He's made obvious improvements since the half, really getting into an offensive groove.
Washington calls timeout.
You know, my guess right now is Coach wants to talk over this turnover issue. And it seems like they've been trying to force things a bit and need to find a steady rhythm offensively.
Now the presentation of our Jordan player of the game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
The better he played, the more these fans got revved up. And that continued to play out over the course of his amazing performance. Young inside, covered by Wall. Beal finds Favors, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Well, let's remember, this guy is 6'10", 265 pounds of nothing but force. Go to work, Derek Favors.
And so it's Wade. He'll bring it up for the Bucks. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead. Pass to Young. Drains it from beyond the arc.
And since halftime, they have been locked and loaded from beyond.
Yeah, there's no question about it. Knocking down triples repeatedly, the defense starting to look helpless at this point.
And Wall kicks to Beal. Gallinari wide open. And again, Washington no good.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Wade passes to Young. There's a minute 34 left in the fourth quarter of this one. 6 to shoot. Pops it up for Jordan. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Measuring, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Ilyasova comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Parker's checked in for Chris Middleton. And it's Wright in for Young.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Milwaukee.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And when it's all said and done here, this will mark their 38th W on the year.
They were really smart in the use of that game plan tonight. Used it in their first 2 games against this team, which equaled to 2 wins.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long. Running up the score, showing no mercy.
At this point, they're completely overwhelming them. The opposition looks totally defeated.
The pass to Houston. The Wizards working the ball around now. To the inside. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. No good on the free throw. No good on the second free throw. On offense, here are the Bucks. And they can just let the clock run out here.
Cannot argue with the W.
Young finds Mesri. Ilyasova with the ball. Passes it to Mesri. Just 5 to shoot. Young outside. So no problem for Milwaukee as they get the win. They've won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.